Good afternoon. Actually, good morning. It's Friday, and you know what Friday means? Paulina and Molly, we're going to be talking about AI, the pros and cons in the investing space. Should be interesting. I know it's becoming a lot more prevalent, so we're going to kind of break this down today and get right at it. So stay tuned for the brew. I'm Live It Up Lex, and let's have some fun. Good morning,
guys.
ladies. How are you? Molly, Paulina, how are you?
Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning. So we were talking pre-show. Last weekend, I was in LA, Paulina, and I got to visit with Molly and Max in Beverly Hills.
That's
Pretty
great.
schwanky out there, I'll tell you. You're on the East Coast. They're on the West Coast. I'm in the middle. It was kind of fun seeing them, though. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I'm for the record.
Like I said, no, I was going to say I'm jealous. I want to come up there and meet you guys too.
Yeah, no, it's funny because, we do this show all the time and we're always seeing each other. Everyone thinks, well, they must know each other and see each other a lot. No, we see each other on the camera. That's it.
Yeah, right. For the record, when he walked into the Beverly Hills Hotel, it was like a lightning bolt. The energy is real in real life.
Oh, please. That's not true. That's not true. It was fun, though. I did have a good time. It was really cool.
We're coming to you, Paulina, next in New York.
Oh, I can't wait. We'll have a great time.
Yeah, no, it was fun. I would tell you, Paulina, that we did not talk about AI and the power and the scariness of AI, but which we're going to talk about today. We talked about dogs and cool places in Beverly Hills. I had a blast. I had a $38 chicken McNugget sandwich or chicken McNugget meal. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I hope it was unbelievable. It was for $38.
Yeah.
Everyone had their dogs. It was really very LA.
Yeah. So LA. Anyhow. All right. Let's get busy. Paulina, tell me a little bit. What are you thinking AI wise? I know this is sort of new to everyone. And people are dancing in here a little bit. They're probing. They're trying to figure this out. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, I think this conversation was inevitable. AI and investing, AI and trading. AI is going to penetrate all areas of our lives, all areas of business, industry, sectors. If it hasn't already, I'm sure in some way, shape, or form we've interacted with AI at some point. But AI in investing and within your investing or trading life, it can lead to more efficiency. It can help you make more precise decisions. It has transformed investing, I would say mostly in a positive way, but there are two sides to every coin. So there are also cons and limitations to that. So I think examining those two areas today could be helpful for some of our viewers.
Yeah. Okay. Molly, do you use AI at all for anything?
So here's the thing. Here's my perspective of it. So AI really Watson can digest just an unimaginable amount of information in seconds. And so they're really good with graphs and trends and looking back in history, and you can even do sentiment analysis. But when it comes down to a fundamental trader and a company, however AI, as it grows and it builds, nothing really changes the actual core of a company. So what is it really made out of? And that's where I believe that the future is fundamental trading and less chasing trends, more really a vote in the immediacy. So that's what I think. But I do think AI really uncovers stuff you could have never uncovered before. Some really incredible news and strategies. And I'm pro AI, and I do have some other theories about that, but that's going to be a whole new show. But some biomimicry and all that stuff. I go down the rabbit hole.
No, that's okay though. I like that. I think I think I'm pro AI as well to a point. I think, and you touched on it, Mal. I think where it's great, especially for the trading community, right, is compiling data quickly. So it can absolutely take reams of information and probably produce some sort of, reasonable scientific outcome for you. Now, beyond that, you've got to kind of compile your own decision after you see the data. Are you seeing, Paulina, people using it like that, or is it? What else are they doing? Do you think? What's some of the pros that are happening in the industry?
I would say the number one pro is exactly what you hit on: data analysis and processing. So AI, it has these algorithms that it works on, and they process vast amounts of data at lightning speed. So when you're investing, and especially as a trader, it's extremely important because you want to analyze things very quickly. You want to be able to gauge what market trends are instead of reading, maybe you don't have time to read a financial statement or try to assess what this latest economic indicator means. But with AI, that can help you process and interpret that data really quickly. And for investors and traders, these decisions can be really critical. It can be a matter of making maybe thousands or tens of thousands of dollars in some cases. So that ease of assessing information and processing that information really quickly from a diverse set of data sources, that is probably at the top of the pro list.
Yeah, I agree with that. Molly, do you see it like that as well? Someone using it like that, or do you have a CT motive? Notice I said CT, right?
Well, I'm curious to see what you think, Lex. What's your take on it? What do you see?
Well, I don't know if this is a con or just my thoughts, but I don't see the algorithmic part of AI, at least for the retail person, being a high frequency sort of experience. Meaning, if I as a retail person decided to use AI to help my trading, I'm not going to compete with the algorithmic high frequency traders. That's not what it's for, I don't think, right? But I see it as being able to compile a string of ideas, right, into one trading strategy. And it might have a lot of, I'm just making this up, right? It might have a lot of if-then statements to come up with your idea, right? And then the AI will go out and sift through all of those scenarios and then model it relative to what your conditional statements are. So I would use it like that. And we can actually build some of this out in our TradeHawk platform, which we're looking to do.
So
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. Just
No,
to
please.
reiterate, are you saying that it's rails for discipline? It keeps discipline on its rails?
Yeah, I think that's another. Yeah, no, I think that's another topic. I think that's as a risk management tool, I think AI could be great for that. I think I'm always looking for a trade idea generator, because in the world today, when I'm sitting in front of a computer, like eating a bag of potato chips, maybe 7 bags of potato chips, and trying to figure out what the heck I'm going to do next.
Chicken nuggets,
from the Beverly Hills Hotel. It's awesome. You have to have an idea of why you're going to make a trade. And in the option space, it's even a little bit trickier because you have to deal with implied volatility, time, blah, 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 all those things. If AI can help me get to the decision, I love it. I love that part of it, right? I think at the end of the day, though, you as a trader, investor, are going to take what AI gives you and make a human decision. That's just my feeling right now. You might be able to throw it into a bot and make it do its thing, but you're going to have to program the bot to some degree. And it doesn't have to be, necessarily high coding language. It could be very natural languagey, but I think you're going to have to take what AI gives you and make sense out of it. I don't know. Paulina, help me out here. I'm swimming upstream. I'm starting to gurgle water. It feels like I'm drowning now.
Well, we have kind of a pro and a con mixed in your response there, and I wanted to address both of them. Risk management is a huge pro when it comes to AI, because AI is able to process, like we said, all this vast amount of information, and it's able to assess all potential risks associated with your investments. And with recently the rise of so many different robo-advisors, where people have been just putting in some personal information about their age, their time horizon, their what their investing goals are, and that is actually AI. And based off of the information that investors put in that investing app, the algorithm assesses the risk of that investor, and it chooses what type of investments based off of those responses. So I would say that's the main way that AI has been incorporated into our investing world today. And it has helped people invest passively, not need to worry about doing their research, staying on top of their investments. And it has solved the financial, literacy issue for so many different people.
Yeah. No, I think that's right. I think that's a good use case of it too. I always want to caution people who want to jump into this, especially on the options trading side, to just be careful, right? Because some of the things AI won't do is you can't type into ChatGPT or Bard, which way do you think Tesla's going? You'll get the error message of sorts, right? Oh, we don't do that kind of thing. So you're not getting that. You're getting data analysis, right? Which, as we've just discussed, is vital. It's important. You still have to make a trading decision ultimately. Now, the way I want to use it is what I just said with the bot. And I wish I could share a screen and show you. But I take all the data that I'm given, and then create a natural decision tree of sorts to my trade strategy, so that I get in and get out at the optimum levels and times. That's where it's useful to I think a retail person who doesn't have the advantage of buying bids and selling offers, but needs a little help. I think AI there is super, super powerful and helpful, right?
On the other side of that, I think that there's a limitation when it comes to the risk management, because for the things that you mentioned, from a long-term investing perspective, as people get older, their finances become more complicated. Maybe if you're in your 20s, you don't have to manage a lot of money, a lot of assets, but as you grow older and your goals change, maybe you have a family, you have a higher paying job, you want to purchase a home and so forth. I think you need that human element to do a proper holistic risk analysis. And I think that is somewhere where AI might have its limitations. And
Right.
I'm sure on the trading side, even on the investing side too, when you're picking stocks and you want to assess the fundamentals of the business based off of so many different changes, I don't think fully relying on AI as a core tool when it comes to assessing market dynamics is the right way to go. I think we need that human element.
Yep, I agree.
And on that note, you could probably combat that, elder care, if you're looking at portfolios of really sustaining last years of life, or you're really just a conservative trader, risk is quantitative. So maybe you could run a percentage through AI analysis and sort of combat that, and it can still be really beneficial risk, doctor. And I also think that, well, anyway, what do you think of that? I mean, can you run risk on a quantitative? Can you translate it in an algorithmic fashion for AI to use?
What, the risk component of it?
Yeah, if you're looking at a more conservative portfolio based on demographic and older, demographic, can you still use AI translating risk?
So, my feeling is that that's probably another pro to AI is that you could probably set it up so that it can optimize your portfolio, or at least give you the suggestions of a portfolio optimization. Right now, I haven't tried it yet. I don't know how deep it goes. So like if I have, like you said, an older person who has some wealth and has a lot of things going on, it could be bonds, it could be, investment in a variety of stocks, ETFs, does the AI optimize that with options and hedging strategies and all that? Probably. It probably could.
I think the human limitation is that we're a bit myopic. And so we probably, a lot of us look at FANG stocks or now the Mag 7 and just the larger players, or we just look at, we're just following, we don't often, and this, I'm assuming we don't often look at, let's say you're looking at NVIDIA, you also have to look at ARM, or let's say you're looking at, some sort of commodity, whether you have to look at weather patterns. So having these sort of network tentacles that come out and look at a contextual perspective of any stock or any trade, that might be an interesting thing that it can also reveal with certain questions that you can offer it.
Yeah, I agree. I see Paulina's got to run here soon. One more comment I'll make, and then, you guys chime in.
Paulina, we talk too much. You got to interrupt.
I know, Paulina,
us.
we monopolized today. Holy cow.
I'm not going to talk. Paulina, go.
No, not at all. You guys have so many great golden nuggets. There's no way I could interrupt that.
No, that's, please jump in if you want. I'm going to have another nugget. You ready for another nugget? Wait, that's because I had nuggets at the goddamn Beverly Hills Hotel for $38. Holy cow. They were like chicken nuggets. They were really good though. Okay, so what was I going to say? I think too, and this is probably a pro, is the value of AI is great for back testing. Right?
Yes.
I'm not sure that's the same thing, but what I want to know is if I have an iron condor strategy, again, a 0 DTE, making it up, I want to know with a back test, my likelihood of success is on that strategy. What percent am I going to be profitable on that play versus what I'm going to, when I'm not, and then compute the ratio of my reward to risk on a computational level, so that is this a good play or not, right? That's where I think for the options trading world, it's effective. There are back testing services out there, but if you could type in your computer on Bard for free, hey, is this a good strategy? Let's look back 2 years. If I had done this strategy, how often does this win? How often does it lose?
On that note, I'm going to bring up, Tony Robbins wrote a book that had nothing to do with, self-help. But he did a book called The Money Game, and he back tested Ray Dalio's, he has a system, and it just, he took his system now and he back tested it through different scenarios, and it won every single time. And that's a really interesting actual book you guys should pick up. It does a nice survey of a lot of financial stuff.
Wait, was that? It's good. Was that a plug? Was that a plug?
Is that a harvest? I'm not selling his book, I promise. Okay. All donations, I think he donates all. I'm really not selling that book, but it's good.
All right. No, we're gonna let Paulina go here, but let's kind of stay on top of this one though. I think this is good. Yeah. I'll do some research. I know we're gonna have, we're gonna be adding, I'm gonna call it a bot, but technically it's just a way of combining things electronically so that the process is done for you in our platform, TradeHawk. That's coming soon. Is that really AI? Nah, it's kind of quasi crypto AI, I suppose, but close enough. So, we'll stay on top of this issue. I'm sure we'll have a few more cons as we think about it down the road for this stuff, especially as it pertains to investing. I think it's also entering the world of medicine, AI, right? It's entering the world, it's gonna be a part of just about every sort of statistical.
Is this the last generation of controlled by humans? Is this it? Is this it?
Well, the argument is that AI isn't going to replace humans. It's just supposed to make businesses run more efficiently and to make our lives easier. But
I think
there's a lot of skepticism around that.
I think AI is the one who told us that. They're like, we're really safe, we promise. I'll just give you one last theory. So I have a German Shepherd rescue, and you go in to adopt them, and they're all scared and terrified. So when my theory is that AI has analyzed history, every minutia of every moment of it, and so they will. I'm hoping AI will look at us more like they're, as if when your parents get older, you start to take care, the roles reverse and you start to take care of them. So I'm really positive AI, and I know it's listening. So I'm also, I know it's listening to me.
Yeah.
No, I think singularity already has occurred and it's being quiet. That's my hypothesis.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Mal, CT Mal. I like it. All right, Paulina, thanks so much for that. That was
Thanks,
fun.
Paulina.
We're going to tee that one up again, though, I promise.
Okay. Yeah, I think the next one we'll have to address the SEC and the chopping block.
Oh gosh, no, don't say it. All right, Paulina.
Yeah.
You have a great weekend. Good to see you. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
next Friday. Okay.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Paulina.
Bye, Paulina.
So I have a question for you.
Yes, Beverly Hills Molly.
Okay. So you're adding bots to TradeHawk. So the 390 rule. So there's 390 minutes in an average trading day. And if you trade, you have one trade per minute, it flips you into professional trader.
Yeah.
And that rule and that regulation is there so that when you flip yourself from a retailer into a professional trader, you lose your ranking and preference into the pool of market makers, which is where you come in. And I don't quite understand that. So why do retailers get precedence over market makers? Is it just for,
So I think
fairness?
the 390 rules. So yeah, they, this is my suspicion. I think from memory too. That was put in place so that a retail person could not behave like a pro without the regulation and commitment that a pro needs to make, which means they have to become a broker dealer and they have to make continuous two-sided markets, which is a market making capacity. So they don't want retail people skirting that requirement of a pro in the retail space, which is a benefit not to have to make markets in everything. It's also, a detriment in that you don't get to buy your bid and sell your offer. So they want to make sure that people are behaving correctly, and they had to put some quantitative metrics to it. It's look at it. So I'm okay with that one. I'd say the one I think is absolutely ridiculous until someone explains it to me better is portfolio margin. I'm not portfolio margin. Sorry, pattern day trading. I don't understand why we need 25 grand to be able to do that. But another topic for another day.
Right. How is all this going to change when we actually have more? I think right today we have more access than, the director of the CIA 10 years ago. So we have absolute knowledge at our fingertips. So do those barriers start to expand for retailers? I don't know.
I don't think they're going to get around the 390 part of it, but you just don't want to. I kind of agree with that one. I don't want retail people to behave like market makers and not have the same requirements and same owners. Right. That's not right. But on
that rule. So options, it's only up as long as you're under 8 legs, it counts as one trade. So that's the interesting thing about options also when it comes to the 390 rule. But I'm interested to see how when bots come into play more and more and more, how that plays out.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out. I mean, but we do have the rule. We do have the speed bump. All right, Mal. Well, good to see you. It was great. So, great seeing you in real life. My gosh.
I know. That was too much fun. I think I'm just going to have to fly out to Chicago.
All right.
And see what the Central Time thing is all about.
Yep. We'll have to do another TikTok video or something. Sounds good.
All right.
All right, Mal.
All right, thanks, Lex.
In the interim, you live it up this weekend. And
all right.
Have a good time.
We have a music video going on in the background. I don't know if you can hear it.
I can't hear it yet. Sounds fun.
That's good.
All right. Well, have a good one. That was a good wrap. And we'll see you next week.
All right. Bye, Lex.
Bye, Mom.